effective and very mobile. And we have no other motherland. We will protect our land the best we can because we have no other way to go. So it gives us more...
Are you talking about the army, or are you talking about the people who just possess arms and are ready to fight for...
we have reserve army doctrine. Everybody is mobilized in the situation of war.
Well, actually, there's another factor that you, for some reason, are not mentioning, are the Russian peacekeepers. The Russian troops that are in Abkhazia. They are there under an international mandate. But I've heard more than once the Russian side saying that these are the soldiers that have been preventing a new war for more than a decade now. What's the role of the Russian peacekeepers?
The role of their credibility and their credibility is very high in Abkhazia. And this is recognized not only by Abkhazia but by United Nations mission in Abkhazia, which they're very closely and effectively collaborating. Abkhazia is very thankful to Russian peacekeepers for the role they're playing. These people really, these young soldiers, they really keep peace in Abkhazia. Reviewing the status of Russian peacekeepers will significantly undermine the situation in the peace process.
According to Georgia's acting president, Burjanadze, Russia is sending additional troops to Abkhazia to get advantage of elections in Georgia and to destabilize the region. Can you confirm that the number of Russian peacekeepers have increased in the last couple of months?
Well, I was repeatedly contacted by Georgian media who were trying to convince that this actually took place, and I'm very surprised why such high-ranked politician is saying such groundless words, because this fact wasn't confirmed by United Nations, which is let's say objective and independent.
Well, it's rather difficult to confirm anything in the Abkhazian mountains, you know.
Well, it's not so difficult in Abkhazia, which is a very small country. In the United Nations Observer Mission, they have a mandate to monitor and see everything which is going around in Abkhazia.
Okay, now listen, Kosovo hasn't yet declared its independence, but Washington has already promised that the recognition will follow almost immediately. Abkhazia has been declared independence for the last 14 years, and Moscow hasn't yet admitted its independence. And still, you call like Russia your hope, and you're thankful to Russia and so on. But it seems, according to the facts, that Washington is a better friend of Pristina than Moscow of
Abkhazia. Yeah. We clearly understand the very difficult position of Russia in this point, and we truly believe that Abkhazia will be recognized not as a revenge to recognition of Kosovo, but it will be recognized as just political act. I think that Russia needs supporters. Let it be some European countries which will, together with Russia, recognize Abkhazia. And we're very intensively working on this issue.
Don't you think that some people are right when they say that by recognizing Abkhazia, Moscow will create more problems, international problems for itself, and maybe have another military conflict in the Caucasus?
Yeah, well, sure, there will be political problems for Russia. That's why I'm saying that it shouldn't be only Russia recognizing Abkhazia. It should be a unity. It should be an international process.
I have another quote. Acting Chairman of Parliament of Georgia, Mikhail Machavariani, told journalists a couple of days ago that losing Abkhazia, I quote, is painful for each Georgian, and we will return Abkhazia, including St. George Church in Ilori, during the second presidential term of Mikhail Saakashvili, end quote. Do you think that it is possible for Georgia to return Abkhazia?
Well, Georgia lost Abkhazia a long time ago.
For good?
Yeah.
Do you think it's irreversible?
Exactly. Georgia lost Abkhazia. There were many blood in the history. You cannot turn things back. You cannot become a 16-years-old boy again. The problem with Georgia is that they don't realize that they cannot return to August 13, 1992, one day before war. We cannot come back to this time. It's impossible.
Some say that you Abkhazians are in a better situation because most of the people in Abkhazia have Russian passports, while there are Georgian refugees, the Georgians that fled Abkhazia after these bloody conflicts. Are you somehow going to solve their problem if you say you're democratic?
We about 80% of population of Abkhazia have Russian citizenship. Georgian refugees are returning, and we actually started this process unilaterally in 1999 in March. We already returned more than 60,000 people.
How many are there all in all? I mean the refugees?
Approximately 200,000. It's not 300,000, 500,000.
200,000.
Yes. And considering that the present situation of Abkhazia is very hard. We cannot return all of them.
Thank you. Thank you very much for being with us. And just a reminder that our guest today was Maksim Gunjia, Deputy Foreign Minister of Abkhazia. And that's it for now from all of us here. If you want to have your say on Spotlight, or have someone in mind who you think we should interview, please drop us a line at algorithm@rttv.ru. And let's keep the program interactive. Until then, stay on Russia Today and take care.